Okay, in previous class of our numerical methods, what we have seen is the introduction part, and we have discussed about how the elimination, simple elimination method for solving the simultaneous algebraic equation, linear equations that we have seen. After that, we have seen the pitfalls. Like elimination method is, I would not say popular, but simple elimination method is not very popular because of it has the limitations. It generates the larger coefficients and also leads to the errors. Perhaps you might have heard about round of errors. When you have the larger numbers, larger coefficients, our objective was to introduce for computation purpose, the lesser value of the coefficients in the Gauss elimination. And then we have seen the Gauss elimination method, which helps us because it uses the divisor and the coefficients multiplication and the divisor, and we are ensuring that divisor of is always a larger coefficient, and that's how, like, it gives us more accurate and more convenient way of operating and solving the simultaneous algebraic equations. Now we will be discussing, like, we have been discussing about pivoting also in some sense. Some of the students have already uh, done some assignment work. They have tried, yes, using elimination or Gauss elimination method, but pivoting was not in simple way. You can use pivoting, but we will discuss today more complex situation where really pivoting should help us in getting the accurate results of the Gauss elimination method. So let us see. Just I am a little bit briefing the revision of what do you mean by pivot element and why the emphasis is so much given on the pivot element. And it happens like I gave you in the assignment. There are two last examples where you were supposed to solve those examples using pivoting, and then I told you you can keep a hold that because we are going to discuss something more about it, and we will solve, we'll see one example, one I will explain to you, and there is one more phenomena called scaling. Pivoting is one, and another one is scaling, which also helps us in reducing the round of errors. Not only, even pivoting is also helping us in reducing the round of errors, and how that we will see, we'll learn through demonstration of these examples, and later on you can also solve the class example. You can always solve, you can repeat basically what I'm discussing, but assignment will be something separate, and this time I will give you proper assignment with all the answers which is written, maybe during this Saturday and Sunday, that I will send you through email. So what is pivot element? All of you know that the pivot element, what is, like, this is a major diagonal that we have seen. Now pivot element is something, the element in the major diagonal, but when you are doing the elimination procedure, when suppose I want to eliminate this 4n minus 2, so it is basically the element above your rows which you are going to use for the elimination purpose. All of you can mute your videos and your audio, everything. So first pivot element in this matrix is 0, and that we have seen that elimination method, we have this element becomes the divisor. It comes in the denominator. So the idea behind using this pivot element, either should be maximum value, it should be maximum, or it should be non-zero. But how we can make it maximum? There are several options. That one is simple, the row interchange that we have already discussed, and some of you have already applied also row interchange, and what will happen with the row interchange. So first pivot element A11 is 0. So in this example, we are going to solve the elimination procedure fails immediately. We can't apply elimination process. So just by looking at the matrix, you have to observe whether in the main diagonal and pivot element. Now what do you call pivot element? It is above the element which are going to be eliminated, and the rows above where that rows are going to be operated for the elimination purpose. Similarly, when you do the second elimination in Gauss eliminations, when you do the second operation, that time your pivot element becomes this, which I am showing here, this position, central position in the main diagonal, because that time I am going to eliminate this, this number, that is x2 from the third row, that becomes my elimination row. So above that element will become the pivot element for the second time elimination process that we are going to do. So what I am trying to say you is, of course, the procedure also fails if by performing the elimination, if you are likely to get the pivot element as 0, then also like it is not going to help us. So suppose if 0 is here, but if while doing the elimination process, if you get 0 here in the main diagonal, 1 in place of 1, while performing first elimination, in place of 1, if you are getting 0 element here by doing the performance, then method is not going to work. Method means we have to do something which will help us in making that factor in the pivot element in the main diagonal non-zero or maximum value. So we want main non-zero and maximum value. See, if anyone has question, you can stop me in between. You can always ask me question anytime. So I am assuming all of you are able to follow what I'm discussing. So what say this sentence, you can also read, procedure also fails if any subsequent pivot element AII is 0. That means what I am discussing, AII means A11, A22 or A3. These are the members in the main diagonal, major diagonal, where pivot element, of course the last A33 we don't use actually, but of course it should be non-zero, then only you can get this solution, and then you can do the back substitution and all. So even though there may be no zero in the main major diagonal in the original matrix. So original matrix does not have, it may not have, here it is not 0. You can see here it is not 0. But while performing the elimination, it might give you 0. So we have to do something with that. That what will happen? What should we do so that it becomes non-zero, as well as it should become the maximum coefficient, because why maximum divisor, we will see what is the significance of. So we have to modify a little bit the elimination process to avoid zeros in the main diagonal. Okay, now one operation, everybody, it's common, and I have discussed, I am repeating again, that we can rearrange the equations by interchanging rows and columns before each elimination step. Means after, it is not just one time, you are interchanging rows is not just one time. Suppose you have n number of equations, then how many elimination process that you are going to perform? Maybe n minus 1. If you have n number of equations, how many eliminate? For example, here 3 by 3 matrix. How many elimination processes that we are doing? Two times. Actually 3 times, because we are eliminating first this element, second this element, and the third. So accordingly, you end up doing so many elimination process, but every step they are saying that before each elimination step, you have to put the element of the largest magnitude on the diagonal, as I mentioned. So after every elimination process, we have to do we have to bring the element of the maximum magnitude in the major diagonal. That is our objective. And this is called pivoting. Interchanging both rows and column is called full pivoting, but it's quite complicated and we will not use it because it's an advanced matter. We will use only partial pivoting, you know. So partial pivoting is only changing rows, and that's easy to operate. Okay, now how pivoting can also help for reducing the round of errors. So it will first thing is it eliminates zero in the pivot element location during the elimination process. It also reduces the round of errors since the pivot element is a divisor. Divisor means it is always going to become in the denominator when you are performing the Gauss elimination. This coefficient and these coefficients are going to be divisor because we are doing 4 by whatever element is here, minus 2 by whatever element is here, and 3 by whatever element is here. So we are going to use pivot element as a divisor. You know, that's why they are saying that divisor during the elimination process, and division by large numbers introduces smaller round of errors than the division by small numbers. So if we, even if somewhere in the matrices, if pivoting is not required, you know, but if the element in the major diagonal is small as compared to other things, elsewhere, then also round of error are likely to happen, you know. And because we are going to use so many elimination steps, that this error is actually, it should compound. Uh, this problem becomes more severe as the number of equations are increasing. So to introduce the main important point in this is second point. When pivoting also reduces round of errors, since pivot element is a divisor during the elimination process, and division by large numbers introduces smaller round of errors than the division by the smaller numbers. Now we will consider one example. All of you can see the new things, new PPT.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the example which I have shown. I think I have given you that in the last PPT also. So elimination with pivoting to avoid zero pivot elements. So first is of course this is there, and you can just have a look like use simple elimination with partial pivoting to solve the following system of linear equation Ax is equal to b. So last time also I was discussing about augmenting, you know. I hope everybody knows the meaning of augmenting. Augmenting is we are separating out the coefficients of the right hand side vector just by drawing this dotted line. And I also told you can remove this dotted line also, it is not required. But this is of course 3 by 3 matrix with the non-homogeneous terms and these are the coefficients. So of course, but just by looking at the, you know, because first pivot element is 0, we are applying pivoting operations. So you can have a look, the largest number in this row, please understand, in the first column or in the first place of all the rows that you have to look. So first column, the largest number is 4. So we can say we can interchange the first and the second row. So next matrix which is shown here is we have simply interchanged along with the coefficients on the right hand side for 1 minus 1 and for 1 minus 1, I think 5, it should be minus 3 here. Sorry, there is a mistake. Along with coefficients, you have to change the rows. And then minus 2, 3, minus 3 remain as it is. and 0 to 1 will come in the middle. Okay. So I am sure by practicing, all of you have done now Gauss elimination. I don't want to repeat too much. There, you know, the coefficients a to 1 by a1 1 multiplied by rho 1, and that should be subtracted from the rho 2 to eliminate this member. And similarly, second elimination, to remove this step, we want to remove this third one. That time we take the coefficient a31 divided by a1, multiply it with the first row, and then deduct from the row which is the row of the elimination. That you have to remember. We are deducting from which row from where we want to eliminate the coefficient. So this operation, it was easy to do. Okay, so here I have I had by mistake I have written 5 should be in the middle and minus 3 in the above part. So you can check here, after performing the elimination, you get this matrix. That is 4, 1, minus 3. And when you do perform the elimination, 0, 2, 1, 5, 0, 7 by 2, minus 7 by 2, 7 by 2. So these two members are now eliminated. Now again observe the matrix, whether pivoting is required or not required. See, understand whether pivoting is required or not required. Can someone say? Can someone answer?
Ma'am, it is not required now, I guess.
Why?
Because we already have a higher number in the diagonal axis, the main axis.
No, what I told you, see, why it is required, again, it is in the main diagonal, it should be highest, fine, but below that numbers, minus 2, I told you minus 2 and 0. Minus 2 and 0. Okay, pivot, the element which we are going to use, I would say you can check the below element of that row which is going to be eliminated. So here you can see our pivot element is not 4. Our pivot element is 2. So 2 के नीचे जो है, can you check this number? 7 by 2.
Yeah, it should be 0 now.
Right now it should not be 0. We have not performed the second elimination step. We are still here on the first elimination step, where I have removed this 0, make it 0. It was already 0. And second, I have made this third. I mean the third member of the first column. We have made it 0. But pivoting is something. See, the major diagonal element should be have maximum. That is fine. But our focus in earlier case, it was 4. You know, our focus was 4. Because among these, because we are going to interchange rows. Okay. So among this column, first column, we have to look at the numbers, which is maximum. Then only we are able to interchange the rows, because I know among 0, 0, 4 and minus 2, 4 is the maximum. So we interchange with first and second row. Okay. So here also, while performing the second elimination, our focus is this. Yes, our focus is this
We
one.
need to pivot now.
Which one?
Now we need to pivot because 2 is the lower number and we need 7 by 2, that is 3.5 is the higher number.
Yes.
So we need it as pivot.
Yes, yes. So it requires pivoting because I want this 2 number replaced with the higher numbers. And below that, you have to check that row which is going to be used for the elimination. So we are going to eliminate actually this 7 by 2. So we have a freedom to interchange the second and the third row always, So we interchange the second and the third row, and by doing this, we can get, 7 by 2, which is a maximum number. Because I also told you about, round of error, because it is going to be used. I will show you next example where we can have, the round of errors can be eliminated. So it is going to be the divisor. So we need to have the, so change, like this was a earlier matrix, and you can interchange the second row and the third row. That's all. So here I have interchanged the second row and the third row. And now you perform the elimination and you get this. So the solution was very straightforward. It was easy to understand. So perform elimination by observing the numbers below the pivot numbers, pivot element, observing the numbers below the pivot numbers. That will help you. So when you do second time, you have to observe, suppose 4 by 4 matrix is there, that time also the third, iske niche jo hoga, that you have to observe, like this second and first, this number, and in the first column you have to observe the numbers. Second time you observe, forget about the first row, because we have already used the first row for the elimination purpose. Now later on, we are not going to use the first row, that is already been used. The second time when you do elimination, we are going to use only the R2, that is this R2 and R3. R3 is the elimination row, and below that number, pivot number, you can just observe which one is the maximum, because we are going to interchange the row, that is why. So I will share these notes to you. You can read whatever things are written. I think it more or less the same thing what we are discussing. So largest element in the second column underneath the pivot element. So pivoting is called for again. And here note they have written that pivoting is based only on the rows below the pivot element. So this was important. This is very important. The rows above the pivot element have already been gone through the elimination process. Using one of the rows above the pivot element would destroy the elimination already accomplished. So we will not touch the first row once it is being already used for the elimination of these 2 points. So that we will not touch up. And now interchanging third and second row. So the answer is that. It is very straightforward. Again, I would repeat, this is upper triangle, that every system you want to make into upper triangle system. Any doubt here?
Ma'am, I have one doubt.
Yes.
मैम हमने जब आपने ऐसा बोला था ना कि पाइवोटिंग और एलिमिनेशन n-1 टाइम्स होगा, तो इसमें भी हमने 3 by 3 था तो हमने 2 बार एलिमिनेशन किया, ऐसा उसका मतलब?
उसका मतलब ऐसा हुआ, yes. Means you consider this 2 element elimination as one operation. There are 2 different operations you can see here, but you can consider, okay, because column wise you are eliminating, so you can read column wise. Agar n by n hai, then column wise you can, that's why the n-1 elimination procedure is required. So if 4 by 4 is there, how many elimination? Like 3 by 3 eliminations. Yes.
3 times we need to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now we will discuss about scaling. What do you mean by scaling? So I will just read out and we try to understand. Elimination process described incur a significant round of errors when the magnitude of the pivot element are smaller as compared to magnitude of the other elements. Now what is the meaning of other elements in the equation? Suppose 3 by 3 matrix is there. Now observe this matrix. Here 7 by 2 is the largest number. Okay. If you look at the original matrix, of course here, let's say instead of 2, here there is 5, suppose, or here it is 6. So it is, again, I would not say the pivot elements are the largest one, that we cannot say, right? So what they are what is the logic behind this is round of error will again happen if the magnitudes of the pivot element are smaller than the magnitude of the any other element. See, earlier our observation was we were looking at this number, and this number for pivoting to operate on that main diagonal by interchanging rows. But we haven't looked at the other figures which may be larger, which may be greater than these three numbers. Okay. So in that case, what round of error will increase if the other numbers are very large, and that is the reason, you know, why we are reluctant in using the simple elimination method, because it produces so large numbers, and if we are not using it in a right purpose, there is chances of increasing round of errors. So in that situation, scaling is employed to select the pivot element. Now, what is the meaning of scaling that we'll see? After, this is a procedure, but I'll show you through example. I'll just read out. After pivoting, elimination is applied to the original equation. Pivoting will be applied after scaling operation. Okay, pivoting we will apply after scaling, and then elimination is applied to the original equation. Scaling is employed only to select the pivot elements. Now again, the scaling is something, the procedure which will help us in choosing the pivot elements, nothing else. And even pivot element we are using only for interchanging rows and columns. There is nothing else that we are doing anything else with our elimination process. There is no, you know, scaling, or we are not going to use direct scaling or pivoting. Pivoting helps us only in choosing which number is a large and telling us only how to interchange the rows in such a way that we get the major diagonal have the maximum value of the number which is already there. So scaled pivoting is implemented as before elimination is applied to the first column, all the elements in the first column are scaled. Now, if original matrix, there are members first column, this is the first column which we have to observe of the original matrix. What they are saying that before elimination is applied to the first column, all of the elements in the first column are scaled. Okay, scaled and normalized means nothing. You actually have to divide it with the number which is occurring in another column, which you have to observe the numbers which are maximum magnitude. We have to take normalize it. That means you have to take as a reference point. You know, you divide it. So by the largest element in the corresponding rows. Corresponding rows means, of course, it automatically says that another row, another columns also. Like corresponding row means, suppose I am talking about this number, I talk about in the same row, I talk about other numbers like this. Suppose I talk about this number, then I talk about other numbers, either this or either this. So we talk about rows, but ultimately we are scaling on the columns. You know, we are doing the operation of scaling on the columns. So I will explain this through some example. The one last point is pivoting is implemented based on the scale elements in the first column, and elimination is applied to obtain the zero elements in the first column below the pivot element. So once you do scaling, you can do pivoting, and then you can basically solve your problem. So let us see one example where round of errors are happening. You can solve this problem later on. I have given the solution by using the Gauss elimination method. So this is an example, and the exact solution of this example is, you get the answer x1 is equal to -1. Exact solution. I am talking about exact solution. But if you perform the Gauss elimination, the answer will be something different. X2 gives you 1 and X3 gives you 1. Now this is a Gauss elimination just without pivoting, without scaling. Okay, no pivoting is done. It's just because, okay, I can observe the major diagonal is having 3, and the below the number 2, 1 and 1, it is 3 is greater than this numbers. But you have some observation here that 105 and 103, 104, 98 are even greater than the 3 number larger. And how the round of errors can happen if you perform the elimination. So I have not applied any pivoting. I am just simply applying Gauss elimination here, and your answer is something x3 is equal to 0.997. We will include the 3 digits while performing the calculation. So everywhere, then only you can get this kind of answer. To achieve accuracy, 3 digits, okay, we can in calculator you include 3 digits. So x3 will be 0.997, x2 will be 0.924, x1 is equal to minus 0.8. Now this is slightly away from the exact solution. x3 is okay, but have observed x2 and x1. x1 is much more deviated. Original solution is this. x1 is minus 1. And here it is minus 0.884. And x2 earlier it was 1. And here it is 0.924. So there is a problem here. And we can't we see basic idea behind numerical method is it should give you accurate solution also. Otherwise, method of there is no point in using it. But we want to use because there are cases where complexities arises. We will be using numerical methods. But then achievement of accurate solution is essential, and we have to, before using it, we have to ensure that what we are doing, we are using is accurate enough, or what we are doing is should give you correct results. Because in engineering also it is accuracy is important. You can't, let's say you are calculating bending moment and you shouldn't get, if the results are not accurate, your design will be different and faulty design will happen. So there is a danger in using, I would not say danger, but you have to be cautious when you use these kind of methods. Okay. But we review what are the pitfalls and how to improve. This is what we are discussing is modification in the Gauss elimination method. Because Gauss elimination, not every time it gives you correct, accurate solution. It might give you approximate, but approximate should also should not have errors. So we have to be, again I'm repeating, we have to be really cautious. So we review all the modification that happens in the Gauss elimination also. There are other methods and iterative methods that we'll be discussing in the upcoming classes. Okay, so round of errors due to the 3-digit precisions have polluted the solution. Effect of round of error can be reduced by scaling equation before pivoting. Since scaling itself introduces round off, it should be used. That's what I was discussing. Scaling is used only for, just to select the pivot elements, nothing else. So to choose a row which gives me, the highest value in the major diagonal. So it should be used only to, or, give you minimum round of errors. So it should be used only to determine if the pivoting is required. All calculations should be made with the original unscaled equations. So we need to rework this problem. So what is scaling? As I told you, you just have to observe the numbers. You just have to observe the numbers. 3, 2, 1, 2, minus 3, 1, 105, 103. So suppose मुझे scaling करना है, I will normalize this 3 with 105 because 105 is the highest number. If in the corresponding row, in the same row, suppose 105 यहाँ पे नहीं, इधर है, second column में है, then I will have to normalize with that number. I will normalize the number only with the, corresponding number which is there in the third row and the corresponding rows. So here only point with the normalizing of the first column numbers are we only with this because others are smaller numbers. So what I do, 3 by 105, 2 by 103 and 1 by 3. This is what I have done is scaling. This is operation is called as scaling or normalize. So you can see here the matrix A1, 3 by 105, 2 by 103 and 1 by 3. Now check the numbers. Calculate these normalized numbers. It gives you, first number gives you 0.0286. Second gives you 0.0194. And third give you 0.000. Now which one is the largest one among these three?
0.333.
0.33. Okay, so it says that can we interchange the first row and the third row? Because the normalized number in the third row gives you maximum number. That means if you are going to use the elimination pivot element as your, this as your pivot element, this one, first row, our first elimination is happening because of the pivot element in the first row. So we will interchange now third row and the first row looking at this normalized number. We will interchange. Why first row and why not second row? Why not second row and first row?
Because our pivot element should be in the, like, the pivot element is the first one, like A11 is the pivot element in this one.
Yes, because first elimination step will happen only with the first row, and that's why we are going to interchange. So next operation we have interchange original matrix. Remember, nothing to do with these numbers. It is just helping us to determine whether I want to change second row or third row, or first row or second row, something like that. So we are not going, we have nothing to do with these numbers. It will only help us in determining the row interchange process, nothing else. So what we are doing is we have interchanged this. We have replaced this first row and third row. And now we are applying what to say, the elimination process here. I think we need to log in again. So what we have seen, what we are discussing is we have used scaling to choose the row, which will help us in choosing the pivot element by interchanging, which rows to interchange, that will tell us. So we have interchange first and the third row, and normal elimination, that is Gauss elimination operation, is being applied, and finally we are getting now this matrix. Now you have to tell me whether we have to do scaling or not, or will it really help us in choosing the pivot element? Can someone answer? You can observe now third matrix.
मैम आई सपोज कि हमने एक बार स्केलिंग कर दिया तो वापस करने की जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि हमें पिवोटल एलिमेंट तो एक बार मिल गया ना।
नहीं,
उसके बाद
नहीं not like that.
की बात कर रहे हैं?
ओके
See, just now I told you what I told you in our normal Gauss elimination.
अच्छा ऐसा?
Can someone mute? I can hear a extra sound. Okay, see what I'm trying to say is, just now I have discussed about Gauss elimination. One example we have discussed where pivoting is being operated. Why you are saying that pivoting should not be applied here? Anybody else who can tell me? Anybody else? See, just
पिवोटिंग हम पर हम स्केलिंग वापस नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि एक बार स्केलिंग कर दिया उसके बाद अभी 90 से आना 90 से तो उसमें हम पिवोटिंग कर सकते हैं, पर स्केलिंग तो हम एक बार करेंगे ऐसा लग रहा है शायद।
नहीं, स्केलिंग भी, स्केलिंग करने में कोई वो नहीं है, मतलब डेंजर कुछ भी नहीं है. वी कैन, scaling will help us in choosing which row to interchange to get the highest number of the pivot element in the diagonal. Okay, when you perform this, now we have to eliminate this -1. You agree with this? Third.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Like in this, like the pivoting thing, does the sign matters or does it matter?
What?
Sign matter करता है इसमें? क्योंकि like
Sign
because
matter करेगा ना? Yes, the negative
but
number is
ma'am,
always smaller.
yeah, so ma'am here we need to do the pivoting na,
और
because
मैम
Yes.
we need to do the we need to do pivoting because here we need negative number in the second row.
See what Khushbu
मैम
was
डायगोनल
saying.
के नीचे के
Yeah.
फाइनल 0 होने चाहिए ना.
Yes, you can do it without that also. I'm not saying, but it will lead to round of errors. Only reason is there is a still huge difference between these numbers. You can see this. There is a larger number is here, somewhere here. So still we are not convinced that this number, which is a right pivot element, which will help us in giving the minimum round of errors or to get the proper solution. So we can check if it is not required, fine. No? See, what we do scaling. So scaling with which number? Now forget about first row. First row में scaling करना ही नहीं. That is already done, one part. Now look at the second row, second and third row, because we are going to now use second and third row to eliminate this -1. Okay. So scaling करने के लिए you have to observe this pivot element and below that number. These two numbers are important to us, because we are going to use these two numbers as a divisor and denominator and like that. So -5, there is nothing harm in checking. Scaling is just to check. So we will check scaling that -5 divided by 97, -1 divided by 96. Only after checking you decide, okay, it is okay. Whatever numbers are there, scaling is not required. It is appropriate. So I
मैम
told you.
इसमें हमने -5 बाय 97 किया तो -1 बाय 96 क्यों किया? बड़े नंबर से ही नहीं करते हम डिवीजन.
No, corresponding rows you have to see. Corresponding row members. जो हम यहाँ से ये नंबर को इसको डिवीजन नहीं बना सकते.
मैम तो हमने ऊपर तो 105 से सबको किया डिवीजन.
No, we have done the separate numbers. You have a look at these.
अच्छा, ओके ओके ओके.
You have to see the corresponding numbers. In that particular row only. Then only normalize happens. It is something like you are dividing this row by 2, you are dividing this row by 3, you are dividing this row by 4. It is not going to affect, because you are doing the row operation. It is not going to change. Suppose I am multiplying here first row by 2, or multiply by 2 first second row multiply by 5. It is not going to affect. So scaling is normalize is something like it is not going to affect much. You pick up the corresponding number of highest magnitude in that row only. अगर यहाँ पे नहीं था 105, इधर नहीं था, यहाँ पे था, and then you can use that, because we can normalize that with the any corresponding row. Means corresponding row में जो भी highest number होगा उसे आप scaling कर सकते हो. I'll check if variety of examples are available in this, then it will help you in getting better picture. So you just check it like this is now pivot element for the next second elimination process.
Ma'am, here -1 is greater than -5, right? So ma'am, we need -1 in the upper side, na?
So numerical value.
What I'm telling is, like we need to pivot it, and we get.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, earlier what you were asking is about negative sign. Okay, it is not going to affect the number. It is
Okay.
not going to. Yes, it is not going to
Okay.
affect. Okay. So here from this example you can see directly. So -5, both are minus. So okay, which is the highest number? Numerical value. It is highest, but see if you remove the minus sign, then 0.05, right? Is the highest.
तो मैम हमको क्या
नहीं, हमें माइनस साइन नहीं देखना है, वही मैं आपको बता रही हूँ. Hello.
Okay.
Don't look at the sign. I mean, Rusil was asking me that, but that time I thought you were asking about elimination steps and all. That time, of course, minus sign going to affect, but here it is not going to affect. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. So minus 0.05 and because then it is the highest number. 0.05 is a number higher than 0.01. So scaling may not be required. Okay, so we can go ahead with whatever now the last matrix. You can perform the elimination step and check the solution. It gives you x1 is equal to 1, x2 is equal to 1, and x3 is equal to -1. It gives you exact solution. Whereas earlier we didn't
Ma'am,
have exception. Yes.
मैम ये A2 वाले नॉर्मलाइजेशन में इफ जो ऊपर वाला नंबर अगर बड़ा आता मतलब सॉरी छोटा आता और
हाँ।
नीचे वाला बड़ा आता तो हम स्विच करते हैं ना
तो हम स्विच करना था, तो हमें कौन सा स्विच करना था? ये पूरी जो थर्ड वाली रो है ना, यहाँ पे तो 0 ही है,
सेकंड
बराबर। हाँ, वो सेकंड में आएगा और सेकंड वाली पूरी रो जो है वो थर्ड पे आ जाएगी।
थर्ड
यस,
ऑल राइट
yes. So that is required. So back substitution can lead these numbers. So I think scaling and pivoting, that we are done with it. And if you want to solve this problem, I think you can. Anyway, I'm going to share this PPT, but if you want to note down, you can note down. So I think in today's lecture, that is all.
ओके
So if anybody has doubt, just discuss with me. I am floating one assignment, which will include all these exercises. The discussion which we have done so far. Now in Tuesday's class, we are going to discuss regarding LU decomposition and other methods in this linear algebra only, linear algebra. But based on this, whatever discussions happens, just revise it. I will, if you require, I can send you recording also. Recording of whatever lectures are happening. Just tell me if you require, I can send, because I am recording
Yes,
everyone.
please, ma'am.
Yes.
Please
So I
send the
will,
recording.
I will upload on Google Drive or YouTube, or because that I'm doing for the third year subjects. I have earlier also done for the second year subjects, TOS, theory of structures and all. So this subject also I can do there. So maybe Google.
Ma'am, can you please tell us like the name of reference book we need to refer?
I will send you the entire syllabus and lesson plan. So you just have a look, because spelling mistakes and all, there are number of authors with complex spellings. So there are reference books. There is no asset textbook, because this is a subject you can't follow one book, but there are 2 to 3 really good books, which I am also referring. So I will give you the name of that book. So today itself, I will send you lesson plan and syllabus. And maybe by tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'll send you assignment. So assignment, from now on, assignment you consider as your part of evaluation also, because we are going to have online, I don't know, online examinations and all. So whatever effort or hard work you are doing for each and every exercises, I have to consider as a part of